Hello everybody, this is Emma from Crafting E again, and I'm back to share another edition of the Photoshop Tips series. So today is going to be a little different than the rest of the tutorials. I'm going to go a little more in the range of photo editing rather than creating designs in Photoshop. So today we're going to talk about how I edit my images, and specifically how I lighten my images, and then we're gonna add some text to it and learn a new text trick. So this should be fun. So the first thing that I always do to my pictures is I use what's called the histogram. So you can access this by pushing Command L, and then you notice this huge box, well it's not huge, but this box pops up and it says levels on it. So you can see what kind of looks like a mountain range, and this is basically how much of each color you have in your picture. So we want to make a good picture, you need the colors to be good depending on your photography style, but essentially you need the colors to be even, which yeah. So you want to, how I usually edit them is I drag this one over, and you can see it instantly brightens the image. And then you drag this one over to the right, and it adds more shadows and contrast. And then this middle one over to the left. And you can adjust it depending on how your technique is. And then push OK, so you can really see the before and the after. This definitely brightens up her face. It seems to almost kind of glow. And so that is how you use levels in histogram. So now let's add some text. So if you've watched the previous video on adding text to your pictures, you know how to do this a little bit already, but I want to teach you a new text, something new you can add to your text, which is outlining text, which I am obsessed with. If you've been looking at my blog, a lot of the printables and pictures have had things that include outline text in them. So click on the text. Let's see. Okay. So then you're going to click on your picture and you're going to write your text. And this picture I took on Christmas morning, so I'm just going to put Merry Christmas. So I'm going to do Merry, and then I'm going to do Christmas differently. So you can see it looks like this is kind of a blue color, and it doesn't really match, so I think I'll change it to maybe either the red of her, maybe try the red of her bow. That's a little dark, so I might do a little more pink. So I'll try that for now. I'll probably go back and adjust it. So then if you want to outline the text, you're going to go down to Effects, and then you're going to go to, you can see there's tons of different effects. I've never even tried half of these, but the outlining one is the one I use the most. So you're going to click on this, and then you're going to go up here to the menu and push Apply. And then you're going to notice, I'm guessing it's really thin, so you can go to Effects and you can adjust the size of it, the opacity, how much it shows up, basically the transparency. You can also set the color of the outline, so maybe if I want it to be blue or green, so it's kind of Christmassy. And now that I've adjusted it, I don't want the outline to be as big. So I think I like it better. I think I like it best with the purple. So you can see there's also all these different things down here that you can select. So there's a drop shadow. This probably won't show up a ton because you can see it's on the shadow of the couch cushion. But you can tell it changes a little. It's not that noticeable when you don't know you've added it. You can add the distance away that the shadow is, so it can look like a whole nother text. You can, again, the opacity, the transparency, so you can make it like barely show up, just like a watermark almost. So I don't actually want that. And then there's the glow. So there's the inner glow, which is basically, it kind of speaks for itself. It's the glow inside of the text. So I don't want that. And then outer glow is just outside of the text. And I think that I really like outer glow. I think for some things it can have a really cool look. And then there's bevel, which kind of distorts it, so it almost looks 3D. But for this picture, I'm just going to leave it outlined. So then push OK, and you have your text right here. So now I'm going to add Christmas in. Sometimes when you're choosing your colors, you need to make them a little lighter because it's almost like they appear in the picture lighter than they actually are. So I usually adjust them. So now I'm going to write Christmas. I think I want to do this in a cursive-y font. So you see all my fonts. I've downloaded the majority of these. Just do this one for simplicity's sake. Oops. And I'm not quite sure what this looks like outlined. I think I actually might want a different, I might just stick with the simple one just because I don't want this video to go on forever. So I can outline this too. It's kind of, I really love outlining. It gives such a cool effect. So the green I'm not liking too much. Maybe I'll try a red or like a silver. There's so many different colors in this picture. So I think I'll just stick with the yellow for now. That's the one I'm liking the most. And it's a very thin outline. You can barely see it. And then if you want, you can add some lines or not. I'll just not do that for this one. So there you have it. That is how I lighten my images and edit them, especially for my blog. So then go up, save as. Make sure you save it as a JPEG on your desktop. Okay, awesome. Thank you for watching. Come back next Thursday for probably the last installment of this series.